Well, we'll give anything a chance to happen at this point. I want to know if I can see what's going on. Yeah. Okay. So, alrighty, it's just before 3:30. Those of you catching this on the replay, we'll get started in just a minute. I'm going to give it a chance to actually become 3:30, and then we'll get started. Ooh, if you're... Doesn't look like there's anybody here yet. Awesome, though. Awesome. Right. Okay, strange little screen. Alrighty. Well, it's 3:30. And I'm Anne Marie. Welcome to New Day, New Way with Anne Marie. You're here today because, or you're watching this on replay most likely, because you were probably curious about the title. It's called Everything is Possible. Now, what I do at New Day, New Way, this is what I do. I am all about helping you or anyone else that wants to know how to become their best selves. You cannot have our best lives until we've achieved our best selves. And so one of the things we're going to be doing in this next little series of lives is looking at things that hold us back, what we call limiting beliefs. Some people say that there are no such thing as limiting beliefs, but we all know, getting comfortable, we all know that we have them. Even the most confident people I know have limiting beliefs about themselves in some way, shape, or form. So what we're going to address today is a set of beliefs that I call personal paralysis. I'm going to give it just a slight bit more time and see if we have one. All right, so if you are the one viewer that's on, please drop me a 1 in the comments so I know who you are and I can say welcome to New Day, New Way. I'd love to know who you are and welcome you to the live. I also am the founder of the group New Day, New Way with Anne Marie. Excellence and Vision is my group. And we deal with these things as well there. I believe in teaching through entrepreneurial education, but I am not limited to that. If you are not an entrepreneur and you're watching this live, you're going to get something out of it. I promise. We're gonna go over these limiting beliefs that I call personal paralysis. So the one viewer has not dropped me a 1 in the comments. Come on, let's drop me a 1 in the comments or say hey, Heidi ho, something like that. And I'm going to get started. Personal paralysis. Have you ever felt this in your life? You're stuck. You feel like you have the monotony going on. Maybe it's a little bit secure, maybe it's a little bit comfy, but at the same time a little boring. You would like for something to happen, but you don't know what. Or maybe you know what and you don't know how. Everybody goes through those times in their lives when they feel like they need a change, they want to change. And some of us feel like, well, I know what the changes I want, but I can't have that. So what other change would I want? And then they're lost. It's like when they show you that crap on Instagram and all this shopping and there's way too many choices and your brain just goes, screw it, I'm not looking at that. That's what happens. So you may know that you want to change in your life. If you do know what the change is that you want, why can't you have it? So we're going to delve into a little bit today. So first of all, I want to start with the brain, your brilliant, amazing, awesome brain. You probably don't describe yourself that way. Pardon me. The brain believes what we tell it. So the beliefs that we hold as adults, I'm in my 50s. I don't know how old you are, but if you're over 18, you've had enough life experience to have these beliefs. They come to us through our subconscious, through when we're little, what we're told, because as little kids we don't have points of reference. We haven't had enough life experience. Later on, it's not only what we're told, but it's experiences, and it's all connected to the emotion. If something is a very scary thing or a very traumatic thing, obviously that emotion is attached, and your subconscious registers, okay, we never want to do that again. We've all been there. Personal relationships, things that happened at the job, embarrassing moments. And so the brain being wired to keep us safe and alive, Now, that's not to say, most of us aren't a little bit daredevil. I'm saying these are beliefs about what we can do and how we define ourselves. So how do you define yourself? Have you ever decided to sit down and think that? I'm not talking about when you introduce yourself to a date. Hi, I'm Marie. I do this for a living, and I'm this kind of person, and I'm lots of fun. How do you define yourself to yourself? When it's just you at whatever time you get up in the morning and you're trying to do your hair and you're brushing your teeth and you're looking at that face in the mirror and you've gotten your shower and you're looking at yourself, checking out the outfit. What are you saying to yourself? What are you thinking about yourself? Something's going to happen today. You've got an event coming up at work. What are you saying to yourself? Are you apprehensive? And if so, why? Do you ever say things like, well, it's, I could get that at my job if I wanted, but, so-and-so's smarter than me. Or I could talk to that guy and that I'm kind of interested in, but, the girl he's already talking to is way prettier than me. These things that we do to undercut ourselves. So there are 3 categories of self-sabotage that fall into this personal paralysis. And the first one I'm going to talk about is the pre-qualify. Think of a time in your life, school, business, professional, as an entrepreneur, personal, it happens a lot, where you pre-qualified something. So you've got something that you put together for your job, a presentation of some kind, or you wrote out something for school, or maybe you're getting a degree or whatever. You wrote something out, you've got to turn it in. Whatever it is, somebody that is going to offer an opinion or an acceptance on it has to see it. And you go ahead and you begin to pre-qualify that. So what is a pre-qualify? Well, it's something along the lines of, well, I only had 2 hours of sleep last night, so don't expect too much. Or, I'm kind of new at this techie stuff. So before you've even given them the thing, you've undercut the thing. You've pre-qualified it. You're trying subconsciously to lower their expectation. Why? You worked hard on the thing. You worked hard on the thing, and now you're holding the thing, and here it is. But first, I didn't get a lot of sleep. I'm really not good at the tech thing. I don't have this software. Blah, blah, blah. So you've pre-qualified it. So the person that you're handing it to is automatically thinking 2 things. She's nervous, and this is probably not going to be very good. So you give them the thing, and it's good. Of course it's good. You put your time and effort into that thing, the presentation, the email, the letter, the book, whatever it is. And you've already handed it to them with a lower expectation. You devalued your own product. So now she's or he's going to come back with, well, this is really good. And now they're wondering what your problem is. Why is she insecure about her product? That's not getting you ahead in life, whether you're on a job or talking with a client. You would never come to a client with a plan. Let's say you're digital marketing. You'd never come to a client, okay, this is the plan. I want to lay this out for you so that we can get this ad placed here, and this is going to get your phone ringing. That's the kind of thing you sit down with. You don't bring them a plan and go, well, I think it's going to work. But I had this happen at house last night, and and you pre-qualify. Okay, stop doing that. If you do it, I want you to be aware. That's the first thing. That's the first assignment for this live. I want you to be aware of when you do stuff like that. The second one is the disclaimer. It kind of goes hand in hand, crossed fingers, with the pre-qualify. This is a more personal. This is not an excuse the dog ate my homework. This is more like, I'm not the sharpest knife in the drawer. I get super distracted. I get really, really nervous. These are personal things. That I'm fill in the blank with whatever. It's the disclaimer. So it's already like, I hope you like it, but on the off chance you don't, here's this disclaimer. And again, you've devalued the product or what you're offering. You've taken away from your own authenticity and authority about whatever the thing is that either it was assigned to you at work or you took it on and told the client you could handle it. Now you're going to disclaimer it. No. And we're going to get to how to fix that in just a minute. So the third one is the apology. Now, So far, if I've touched on anything at all that you have found yourself doing, if you've done it in any situation, shoot, even on a date, you can apologize. You can pre-apologize on a first date. Been a lot of years since I had one of those, but I remember I was the queen of pre-qualifying. You know, I didn't have time to go shopping, so I hope this outfit is sufficient. I couldn't get anything done with my hair. I was running late from work. I'm so sorry that da 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 da. And you're apologizing for stuff, first of all, that you don't have to apologize for, and secondly, you're devaluing you and the experience you're about to have with that person, whether it's a personal or a professional experience. You're devaluing it. You're cutting yourself off at the knees, and you're deliberately making yourself smaller. And why would you do that? Okay, you ever thought about that? Now that's a longer video than a live, but these three things, the apology, the pre-qualifying, the disclaimer, everybody does them. The most confident people I've ever worked with or known personally, they all do it. Everybody does it. Until they become aware. It's like when I first started doing videos, somebody made me, and I just said, I'm not particularly worried about that for purposes of today. But when you're nervous, you say or some people don't say or they'll just be like, like. So we all have those things. But once it's pointed out to me, then it's like, oh, okay. So now I'm noticing it. So now this is what this is about. I'm saying these things because I want to make sure if this is something that you're doing, that now you're going to notice it. Now you're going to notice it. So that's your first assignment, is to be aware. Be present in every moment in your day. Personal, even if it's just with your kids. And I don't mean that just with your kids is less important. I'm saying you're probably the most comfortable in any kind of interaction with your children, the most comfortable there. That's your most comfort zone. But all reactions that you start to have, be aware of them. And if you recognize that thought pattern and it's ready to come out of your mouth, you have the opportunity to stop and not do it. I mean, it's something that you can literally put over to the side and leave it there if you're aware. And this is something that's it's gonna have to be something that you're aware of daily, and you're gonna have to choose it daily until it becomes a new habit. If you notice it and you're in a position to do so, write it down. Jot it down as soon as you're able to, after the incident or the situation or what have you. Jot it down. You probably have thought of several. If you're at a place where you can, jot down something, that you've thought of already, that you did, if you can think of an instance. There's something about writing it down and seeing it that makes it more real. Okay, the second thing that I want you to do, and I would really love it, I'm taking a look. It still says I have one viewer, and I still can't get you to drop a 1 in the comments for me if this is working for you at all. Second thing I want you to do is how we're going to start correcting this. I want you to, after you've thought of the things that you do that undercut you, the things that you deliberately do, and we can delve more into, in the next one, why we do that, why we have these beliefs. But for this is an empowering, this is an action dealio today. I want you to write down 5 affirmations. And there's, they don't have to be flowery and poetic. We're not Shakespeare. Write down affirmations, and these are things you're claiming for yourself. It can be whatever you want. It can be, I am intelligent. I am well-spoken. I am pretty, even on days when my hair sucks. I am fun. I'm engaging. I'm a good listener. I make great spaghetti. I don't care what it is. I want you to write down 5 affirmations that mean something to you about who you are, who you know on the inside that you are. And for whatever reason, you don't let him or her come bubbling to the top. In these, you get a little nervous or you get a little anxiety, and the automatic thing is to undercut yourself. If you can notice it, you can fix it. Now, the writing down the affirmations, I want you to write those down, and then I want you to implement them. Some people tell me that they put it on a note and put it on their mirror and say them to themselves every morning. I don't do that, but it works for them. Whatever works for you, put it on your phone, put it on your wallpaper on your phone, where you're going to see it every time you pick up your phone. I tend to do mine in morning meditation and breathing. But I also talk to myself a lot during the day. If you haven't noticed, I'm a little chatty. So I chat with myself. And instead of saying things like, all right, old woman, you really messed that up. Or, hey, Ms. Hooper, what was that you just did? I say things like, you know what, you're awesome. You just handled that client very, very well. Or you helped that lady. And now that lady leaving here, she's leaving here with a smile on her face because you believed in her and you were positive with her, and now she believes she can go do the thing. I'll say those things to myself. I will go to the ladies' room to say those things to myself if I have to. And that's what I want you to do. I want you to write down affirmations. Whatever you do for a living, I'd love to know. But I would really, really like, because there's going to be another live coming probably Friday. I'll post it. If you're watching this on replay, again, #replay. Any feedback that you want to give me, any questions, anything, I would love it if you would just go ahead and do a hand raise. Yep, I do that. Yep, I do that. And then we're going to talk later about if you're fixing it, because if you don't choose every day to do the excellent thing, it's something you have to choose every day. You choose every day to get up and go to work. You choose every day what you're going to wear. You choose every day what you're going to eat. Why is other things and other people more important than you? Why don't you choose something for you every single day? Choose to do the positive things for you. I promise you start doing these affirmations, you start saying them to yourself, you start making better choices for you. I promise you will, because you're gonna start changing that brain pattern. Your subconscious is gonna start going, whoa, and think about it just for a minute. I know we're coming up on 18 minutes here, but think about it for a minute. If all these beliefs you have about yourself, I'm fat, I have terrible eyebrows, or I have, thin lips, or I've got 5 chins, or I don't look good in jeans, or I don't blah, blah, the list is long. Guy, girl, it doesn't matter. You all have them, right? These beliefs about yourself, I can't do this because they came to you without you realizing it from the time you were little, and some of them have added on, right? So let's take one at a time those things, and let's just take them off the little stack. Think of it as like a little Lego stack, and just take it off and throw it over here. And you don't need it anymore. And you replace it with an affirmation. Why are you not worth it? Of course you are. Of course you are. You give all this to other people in your life. You do all the things. Why are you not, if you're not, why are you not already putting you in the driver's seat? Because if you adopted all these without realizing it, you can change them. If you didn't already know, you're the programmer of this computer up here. Now, I can't program a computer, never could. But I can program this computer. And I'll tell you, from personal experience, I spent most of my adult life cutting myself off at the knees. And then being mad, and I'll just go ahead and say totally pissed at myself for doing it. Because I coulda. I hate that word. And I don't like using it in any kind of reference to myself. I could have, but I didn't. And I spent all this time doing it because I felt like that I hadn't earned it, or I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good enough yet. What if I fail? What if? What's the worst thing that can happen? I mean, seriously. It's not like anybody's going to make you run through town in your underpants. What's the worst that can happen? You get some criticism on the thing that we were talking about earlier. You might get some criticism. You might get some pointers on how to make it right. So all this time, I kind of got involved in what I was saying to you, and I still haven't gotten any feedback. So I hope to get some on the replay. If you would like to know more, there's going to be more going in the lives. I'd love it if you're not a part of my Facebook group. I'd love to make you part of my Facebook group. We could do that. we could do that. You can put a comment, and I will follow up with you after. We're gonna talk about way more than this, but here's what I want to leave you with. You are worthy of whatever dreams and goals that you want to have for your life. And it doesn't matter how old you are, and it doesn't matter what your circumstances are, and it doesn't matter what the hurdles might be. Hurdles are things we can overcome, aren't they? Right. So think about it. Write down your affirmations. Be aware. When I come back Friday, it's probably going to be Friday, I would like to see any of you here, and we'll maybe open a discussion. I'll answer any questions, and we're going to get a little more in depth into why we have these limiting beliefs, and a little more in depth into what more we can do. All right, so I'm done for the day. First time doing this in quite a while, so thanks for hanging. Even if you are watching on the replay, like I said, please go ahead and drop me a comment. Show some love for the page. I would like to personally thank everyone who is watching this at any time. All of you who like the page and follow the page. You mean the world to me, and I love you. And so I will wish you well, be safe, be happy, and I'll see you soon at New Day.